Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. McNiven, and this is my binder for the substitute teacher who may happen to come into my classroom. On the front cover, in the front folder, where there's some reward coupons that the substitute teacher can give out to students in classes if that teacher thinks they deserve them. There's also a pencil and paper, and there's also a pen. Also on the front page is a welcoming the teacher to the classroom and letting her know that this binder has things in it that will be helpful, and if there's anything that they think is missing or they'd like to see, to let me know. Okay, here's our table of contents. It's by numbers, and the tabs are numbered so that it makes it easier to find the things that the substitute teacher may be looking for and to find them quickly. So, number one on the first page, number one is a calendar for Anglophone South District West. So it just lists all the months, shows all the holidays, when there's professional development days, and everything that's going on during the year in Anglophone South District West. The second section is on the school rules and the class rules, so that the teacher will be familiar with those. So they're the class rules. Things like listen to the teacher, speak one person speaking at a time, keeping hands and feet to yourself, lining up quietly, sitting in your assigned seat. And these are the school rules for everybody in the school, so that the teacher will be familiar with those. Especially important if the teacher comes on a duty day. Okay, number three. Number three is helpful information. And in here, we have things like the classroom laptop. So the laptop for the username and the password, because the laptop's used in order to access the smartboard and also to give the office the attendance. So it's the substitute teacher will be told where it is and the user and password. Okay, then other helpful information, for example, where the photocopier is, where the staff room is, that each student in each of the classes has a file folder and where to find those, where to keep extra pencils, and how she can get in direct contact with the office from the classroom. The other thing is class entrance and exit procedures. We have these in the school where the students are supposed to keep to the right when they're in the hallways, that they're supposed to line up single file outside the classrooms, and what she should expect from the students in their entrance and exit procedures inside the classroom. The next is on door locks, if she happens to lock herself out of the room, remedies for that. And then the next section is about procedures for homeroom, lunch, and dismissal. So the homeroom, what time it is from, and what happens during homeroom, and when those things take place, that the students stay standing for morning announcements, that the first bell is at 8:35, and that the students are supposed to exit by single file. Also that attendance is taken both in the morning and in the afternoon. And there's our attendance policy. We use PowerSchool, and that's done by the laptop. If the laptop or the Wi-Fi doesn't happen to be working, then manually the teacher writes down the names of the students who are absent and has that brought to the main office. Okay, next are lunch procedures. Lunch is from 12:10 to 12:35, and then the students have a choice of options of what they can do during the rest of the lunch period, which goes from 12:10 to 1:05. Also, if the student didn't bring a lunch, I keep some small food items in a drawer in my desk, and where she can find those, and also some plastic utensils, and that she's welcome to help herself, and that the staff room is also across the hall where she's welcome to eat her lunch. Okay, and then there's the dismissal procedures. Dismiss bell is at 3:20, and there's procedures there for students who walk and students who take the bus. The next section is on duty responsibilities, when my duties are. I have duty early mornings on Tuesdays, and lunch duty on Wednesdays from 12:35 to 1:05 in the library, and what's expected of me when I do that, and will be expected of the substitute teacher. Okay, and outdoor duty is on Fridays, and that's from 12:35 to 1:05, and the procedures for that about wearing vests and having a walkie-talkie, and what the students are supposed to wear in the wintertime, particularly when they're outside, and some of the rules for outside as well. The next section is on class schedules, and there is the class schedule, my class schedule for the day, when the prep periods are, when I'm teaching math, So those are, that's all the time for the day when SSR is every day. And then the class lists. So every class has the name, the emails, the phone numbers. So those are the class lists. As well as that, there's also the seating plans for each class, where the teacher's desk is, where the storage cabinets are, where the door is. Here's the whiteboard. There are 2 rocking chairs over here for students who need to have a body break, and this is a band of windows over here. So we have all of those. All right, then just some class management tips by class, just little things that are that would be helpful that he or she should know about students who have some trouble sometimes settling down in class, or just need to have a little bit of reassurance and things that work to help them have a better day and be better engaged in the lesson. Okay, section 8 is on student allergies. That's important. So that's by class who's an allergy, and that which students have EpiPens, which students are English second language students in each class, and students that are on PLPs by class. And helpful students, it's always good to know who your helpful students are. People you can call on to help during the class. And in this section also are the fire drill and evacuation procedures, also written on the door, right beside the door exiting the classroom, and outside the door as well. But this is also a good idea to have this in the binder. Okay, number 9, while you're out. So there's some forms here that the substitute teacher can fill out, say how the day went, if there were any problems, students who were helpful, and anything that he or she would like to tell me about or think they should have for the next time. There's lesson plans for the day and for subsequent days as well as extra material to go with those lesson plans. And then there's just some extra material, enrichment material for students who may be done their work in class. I have one here on the elements of the periodic table. We are doing that in mixtures and solutions in grade 7 science right now, so that would be a good activity for when they're done. And the last thing in the binder is just some coupons, which are on the back, and those are for body breaks, for brain breaks, and we do that often in class because I find they just need a little bit of a break. So that is my substitute teacher binder, and thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.